Yo, people, lateness is greatness. You already know what time it is. It's time for another episode of All You Can Eat Chelsea. And we're at this point now where British Super League, the new UEFA 2024 format. Will we ever get to talk about the West Ham game? Who knows? Yeah, who knows, gentlemen? Because
football doesn't matter anymore.
The games are no longer the talking point. It's what happens at head office. I mean, big up to the chat. Omar in here as well. Lateness is greatness, 100%. To the people in the chat, I saw someone when I did my Q&A yesterday. They were asking me if I'm late for my job, is lateness is greatness. I didn't know how to respond. I don't want to get the brother fired, but I do want to keep up I don't want to keep up the reputation. So, but people, much love. Obviously, that's the hashtag, gentlemen. I have absolutely no idea what has happened since I last spoke to you. It's been. I don't even know if it was a dream or what the hell happened, because last time I spoke to you, we was talking about the City game. Life was good. We just beaten Porto. Everything was calm. And then now we've had 48 hours of madness, protests, Petr Cech outside screaming at people, bus parked up, and a whole $1 billion Super League that started and then fell on its ass in the matter of 48 hours. And Perez saying the wildest shit in interviews. How's everybody been?
Oh man, I'm sick talking about. I don't know about you guys. I see Younes re-quoting this particular account a lot. Madrid zone is really getting to me. Yeah. I want to unfollow. I want to maybe block. I really don't know. Every time I see this person's tweet and it's Perez, it's just it's yuck. Oh. Man.
And we also played Brighton, which was,
Oh yeah, there was a match.
There was a match.
We played Brighton, and then football said, "No, fuck you." Younes, what have you made of everything? Because bloody hell, man.
Mate, we've gone to hell and back. We've literally all gone to hell and back, and as crazy as it looks, there's a positive side, there's a negative side. The negative side is obviously what had gone down, this whole Super League, Perez, all of us signing up, the chaos, the protests, all that. But the positive thing was to see the amount of fans just really properly coming together and really just driving this and being able to have such an impact to stop it in the way that it was stopped. Now, we can't be naive and think that, that's it, it's done now. No, it's not. And I'm quite sure they'll be back. At some point, they'll be back with something new and something, with a new face and a new image. So we can't leave our guard down. There's things that we really got to focus on, like the UEFA new format, the Swiss format to the Champions League. There's now talk of a British Super League, and it's just like everyone's obsessed with flipping Super League.
Oh man,
we should probably do a YouTube Super League as well. Get Matisse and Younes to pull away. Leave us the peasants in the bottom, and then I'll get everyone around and go, look at these guys just getting all the super chats. That's what they're all about, super chats.
Big up to Victor. I forgot to wish you good. I saw your chat yesterday about your driving theory test. I forgot to wish you good luck. I had it up on the screen, and then a fight broke out, and I didn't get a chance. So maybe because I didn't get to wish you good luck, it didn't go well. But kick on again, we go again, bro. When it comes to this, I mean, I don't even know where to start, because we have the British League and we have the Champions League format. I feel like the natural place to start is the Champions League format, because we just finished, beefing with the Super League, the ESL, Perez, and that. Let's just keep it a buck, right? That Super League is two wrongs don't make a right, in my opinion. And the way that we spoke about it as soon as it was announced, the way that was going to go was going to be corrupt. The way that was going to go was going to be probably in Real Madrid's favor, with the chairman involved. He spoke out in his quotes yesterday saying that Real Madrid can't afford Mbappe and Haaland without the Super League. Well, where does everybody think the motivation lied for him to set that up? Was it to make football better, or was it to keep Real Madrid afloat in terms of financials? Because they're in debt. They can't afford the big Galacticos that they need to
But tell them to get Danny Ings. Get Danny Ings.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro.
Sorted. Yeah, you got yourself a striker.
It's
You absolute plank.
selfish, bro. Like he said, you know what vexed me so much? He said 18 to 24-year-olds are not interested in the sport. Okay, well then, last time I checked, I'm quite interested. Talking about it right now. So last time I checked, I'm very interested. Do you know what I'm saying?
He said 40%. Yesterday when he spoke, he said 40% of 18 to 24-year-olds are not interested in football. I'm
Where
like,
did he get that
how the
from?
hell did you get that information?
Is Statman Dave giving him
told you
stats
that?
or something?
But
Must be Statman Dave again.
I want to know. And even in that context, do you expect every single 18 to 24-year-old watch football? Like, no, that's not how life works. People are going to like what they like. But I think that age range, more than ever, are watching football. And you look in terms of history. Like, football is the biggest sport on the planet. There's a reason.
Yeah.
He's talking out of his backside.
Yeah, he
Bro,
really
Younes, if anything, you're right. It's that age group that watches football the most. Like I see my dad, he was a massive football fan. But my dad's 65 now. He can't be bothered anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like he can't sit there and watch for that long. Like he literally just comes in every now and then and be like, son, what's the score? I'll be like 2-1. All right, we'll carry on. Do you know what I mean? Like he can't sit there and watch all of that. So I'm not really sure what this brother's all about, man. Seriously, as I said, he makes me sick, man. Everything he's been saying, how he wants to reduce the game time from 90 minutes.
What is this, FIFA? Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah, 4 minutes. 4 minutes and a half.
You know, let's keep things interesting here. And we'll do 4 minutes and a half. That means the players will be 100% energetic throughout. So we'll get more entertainment. If you don't score in the first 10 minutes, you know, we'll probably have to deduct your points because the crowd are going to get bored. Probably stick in a halftime show as well. Beyonce's got an album to promote. You know what I'm saying? It's like this brother's just, you know, yellow card sponsored by MasterCard. Like, well,
yeah. You know what? I would love to see what Real Madrid fans and their players think about this guy because that's their man. You know, Zidane was asked this question and he quickly rebutted it. He said that I don't know anything about it. Go speak to him. Speak to the big boss about that. I'm like, Zidane, man, at least say something, man. Just say that.
Look, bro. You can't. There's no point asking Zidane because he works for him. Like it's just like
exactly. Yeah.
Zidane's not gonna say.
I'd be ashamed to work for that guy, bro. Honestly, I'd be ashamed. Like to have a boss like that.
He said that Liverpool and Manchester United, nobody wanted to watch those games anymore. Only wanted to watch Real Madrid and Barcelona. But then, in turn, had 6 English teams in it. Only 3 from La Liga and 3 from Italy. And then, as soon as all the English teams pulled out, this thing was no longer operating.
Collapsed. Yeah.
Little bit of a contradiction, bro.
Well, no, he is full of contradictions, man. Yesterday, when he spoke, he said that there were 40 people outside of Stamford Bridge protesting. 40
Is he blind?
Are you dumb?
Younes,
I found that insulting.
He's very old.
But he needs more than Specsavers, mate. He needs contact lenses.
I reckon there was at least
double
1,000
layers.
people.
He needs.
There have to be 1,000. Easy.
I really wish I was there.
Yeah.
I was so like when I seen that announced, I was like, I really want to be at that. Really want to go to that. I wasn't in the country, obviously.
A lot of people win, Matisse. Like few people that come to my stream, they've been there just before the review. They were there. I saw a lot of our people that we know from Twitter had gone there as well. So yeah,
quite a few YouTubers went as well.
Yeah. I think Nini went.
Louis was there. Nini, son of Chelsea. Louis was there. Rory was there.
Was there as well.
But loads went. Loads
Yeah,
went. It was not 40 people, bruv. Like,
40 people.
40 YouTube people, maybe.
Probably.
40 people is like when you have a school class and then the teacher's out sick, so they put some of the students from the other class in there as well. That's what 40 people looks like. So it was obviously a massive exaggeration on his part. But what I didn't find funny was his quote yesterday about all the biggest teams are in it anyway. So what difference does it make? Well, and then he said this competition is based on the teams that have been most successful in the last 10, 15 years. And I said to myself, let me just pull up Tottenham Hotspur's trophy cabinet.
Look at all the trophies we didn't win.
Unfortunately, my computer crashed, right? Now, potentially it's because my computer is not very good. These guys know what I'm talking about. But the Tottenham trophy cabinet is just non-existent, bro. Since the Carling Cup in like 2008, which we gifted them in that final, I don't see anything on that list. I don't see consistent Champions League qualification in that time. I don't see any Champions League success. I don't see any Europa League success. I don't see any domestic success. So what is he talking about? Because Ajax have a lot of Champions League trophies. I didn't see them in the format for the founding teams. Celtic, I believe, were the first British team, I think, to win it. I didn't see them in the founding teams. Yeah. Marseille, Monaco, they have quite a prestigious European. Yeah. You know, Sevilla, I didn't see them either. So, you know, Sevilla won Europa League loads of times. What's going on here? Oh, I know. Money. Oh, yeah. Tottenham have a new stadium.
It's only the rich
stadium. Clubs. They're loaded. Well, not loaded, but they got money. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you know, so we beefed them. We won. You know, theoretically, we won for now until, you know, the beast wakes up kind of thing. You know, he's probably... We've knocked him out cold. We'll see what happens later.
Yeah, he'll wake up at some point.
Then I check out this UEFA... Well, I knew about it, but then we move on and we check out this UEFA Champions League new format for 2024. And it is... Let's just call it the devil's work. It is absolutely horrendous, right? This new format is disgusting. Like, it's borderline just as bad, you know? The only difference is that we've got more time to fix it because it's not starting in August and it's not running by Perez. It's running by UEFA, which is just as bad probably. But
it's the devil we know compared to the devil we don't.
Yeah. You know.
Did you guys see Pep's video post that whole chaos with?
No. Go on.
So what Pep said after all of this mess, and when UEFA came up with their format. Well, I think just before UEFA came up with their format, Pep, they did a quick interview with Pep and he said, don't get all happy. Don't get like, yes, it was great because Super League was BS. He admitted that Super League is not right. But what he wanted the fans to understand is, how did we get to this mess?
Yeah.
Why did these big clubs get together to do this? Understand that first. So, yes, there's the money factor, which is greed and whatnot, but what drove them to this thing? And he kept on pointing that, don't think UEFA's a little angel in all of this, that they're all great. And he talked about Lewandowski. He said, it just gave an example. He was saying that Lewandowski has been playing 10 months for Bayern Munich, had a superb season. He was looking forward to obviously playing in the quarterfinals against PSG. But just before that, there was the international break and he got himself injured. So Pep was saying, what was the need for that international break during that time? I mean, why is UEFA going out there and creating these unnecessary matches during season's important period where they're playing quarterfinals of the Champions League and this and that and whatnot? Why is it so important? And he was saying, UEFA is doing what UEFA is doing. They want to make money. Simple as that. They want to make money. That's why they're throwing all these people in there in weird times to play these matches. So Pep basically was saying that don't get too happy because UEFA drove these guys to do this because they are culprits and they're not doing things right either. So as much as Seferin, he came up with that beautiful speech, oh, you know, this will never happen, da-di-da-di-da, we will never let them allow it. Bro, don't play. You're just as bad. You are just as bad. So, yeah, man, it's a lot to think about, man.
No, I fully agree. This is why I'm saying the focus needs to shift. And it was nice to see on Twitter yesterday, at least, there was a picture of a banner that was put up at the Dortmund stadium saying, stop the new UCL format. And then there was a hashtag that started going, and it was the same sort of momentum that we saw at the beginning of this whole Super League thing. And that's the next thing that we all have to focus on. Absolutely. Now, thankfully, we have a bit of time because this comes in 2024. But
I found something really funny to lighten the mood as well. Don't ask me why I've seen this, but I have to bring it up. I think it's ridiculous, right? I don't know if you guys saw this meme yesterday of Alex because he started making videos again. I've been cussing him, right?
Yeah,
He's absolutely obsessed with making videos. What the hell is this?
What is this?
That's somebody made
Alex has been done there, mate.
There you go. That was to bring everyone's spirits back up. But back onto serious talk. I'm so immature.
No,
but do you know what it is with this Champions League? they wanted to put, so they're putting more. It's just greed again, right?
It's more games. It's more games.
More greed. So
Yeah.
they put they made more Champions League teams involved. So it's gone up to 36 now, I believe.
Yeah.
And you know how the format is, Matisse, right? It's very much like Super League stuff.
It's a Super League.
It's a league.
It's a Super League stuff.
Yeah, it's still a league table. What is it? So it's one league, and then the top.
You play 10 games, I think, 5 home, 5 away. It's a table. I think top 8 goes to
Top 8 go to the last 16.
Last 16, and then the next 8 play. The next 16.
The next 16 play. They all get paired against each other and play a playoff each, and then the winners of those playoffs join the 8. So the 8 playoff winners join the 8 automatic to go to a last 16. All this does is generate more games when you're playing 5 home, 5 away. It's more games in that winter Christmas period, which is going to pack it out even more, which generates more TV money, more sponsorships. All of that goes into UEFA's pockets. That's the only objective here.
Younes, do you realize what UEFA's done, right?
At the start as well.
They've made the Super League more eloquent. They sold it better, like in a nicer way, as opposed to Perez, who was just talking a lot of rubbish.
What Perez did is kick the door down and throw everything in everybody's face and be like, Super League, it's just starting in August. Yeah,
it's starting. Get on board.
These guys have delicately tapped on the door and said, "Here's the new proposal in 2024.
Come along.
Hello, bonjour." It's still the same shit.
You know what?
It's still in your face because there's a website. It's not announced by any clubs or anything. It's not statements flying out of nowhere.
because it's UEFA, and this is where I think because it's UEFA and because it's by a body that people already know that we've and it's still the Champions League. Like the competition hasn't changed. It's still the Champions League. I think that's where it's psychological. This is where people look at it and they're probably not as angry, or they don't think it's a big deal because it is still UEFA and it is still the same trophy with the years. And it's just there's a couple of changes. There's a format that's changed and that's it. But if this was taken, the exact same model that they're proposing, and Perez and his buddies decided to go, you know what? We're going to do the exact same thing, but it's not UEFA. There'd be protests again today.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So people need to realize that it's just because it's UEFA, just because it is still the Champions League, it doesn't mean we're not being done. We are being done here. You know, the players are being done.
Yeah.
Their legs will fall off with a schedule like this.
But that comment from Marcus is spot on. ESL was a decoy.
This is where it gets conspiracy. Yeah, this is where it gets conspiracy. If that was all, if that was all a decoy to just get UEFA's proposal through the door,
smart, bro.
Then I'm jumping, mate. I'm going to Mars at this point. I'm going to Mars.
No, it's not. It can't be. Because Perez wouldn't be able to do all this talking.
It can't be. I think UEFA are opportunists. With this breakaway, I think they're opportunists and they decide to get the format in at the same time. Even though there's been talk of it, but I think they decided to formalize it at this time when this madness was going on. Perfect opportunity for them.
Yeah. I do sometimes wonder how Real Madrid don't have any money or have financial issues. And then I remember they just signed Alaba and put him on ridiculous wages, ridiculous signing on fee. Sign Galacticos like Bale and Hazard and things like that, and then I remember that's why they got issues. So I don't really feel sorry for them, you know.
But someone really needs to look at their audit their accounts. I find it very hard to believe Real Madrid struggling with money. Please, I mean years and years of money that's in your reserves. Don't give me that BS. You've gone out and bought some of the top players in the world. You used to call them Galacticos. Like, please.
Maybe they don't have a saving. Maybe they don't have a savings account. You know,
someone needs to open a savings account for them. Come on.
Maybe they've just been splashing the cash as they get it. You know those guys.
Have a credit card, Matisse. Just
as soon as they get their paycheck, straight to the shops. That's basically what they was doing. You know, as soon as they get the paycheck, straight to the shops, and now they don't have any money. It's just bad saving. You know what I mean? Bad banking. That's on them.
Here's the thing as well, because I want to mention this. I've just seen the comment and it does make a lot of sense. Do you think people were angry because when you look at this UEFA format, I get the feeling that people are not generally as angry because it doesn't disrupt the pyramid. It doesn't disrupt the structure of English football. It doesn't disrupt all of that. It's just UEFA adding more games to their competition to take some more money.
Though. The coefficient stuff, which I'm pretty sure you'll touch on.
No, absolutely. But I mean, with the Super League, there was a huge threat and pretty much nearly done that these teams would be kicked out of the Premier League, kicked out of UEFA, and that's it. All we would have is the Super League, and then games would eventually move off to flipping Miami, Dubai, and Singapore. Was there more anger towards that compared to just UEFA's proposal, more money, a coefficient? And people aren't actually that bothered with it. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. I think
two things. The people are tired, which is one thing. It's incredibly draining. The threat from the Super League was immediate. So it was the here and now. Official statements were dropping August. Like there was a pressing need to change it right now. Obviously, this new proposal is 2024, so there's a lot more time to sort it out. And then on top of that as well, I think the threat from the Super League was bigger because the people in charge of it were definitely going to move that to other countries. That wasn't going to be European. Whereas this is going to still stay in Europe. You know what I mean? It is changing things. It is it is changing the competition. Yeah, it is restructuring the competition, but it's not changing absolutely everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still a big problem that needs to be fixed. But it's not as bad as what they were proposing. What they were proposing was co-founders by the clubs that are actually in it, which is a conflict of interests, not allowing, teams to compete in their domestic. It was just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? It was nuts. But
with this one, you'd have 12 that could never get out. They were always there, fixed, permanent. Whereas with the UEFA's new coefficient, only 2 teams, so it's not 12. 2 teams with the highest coefficient are always guaranteed a spot.
That's the first slot, is it?
Yeah. So, let's say the 2 teams, argument's sake, if you look at it over the last 5 years, that's what they sort of hold it. You'd think Bayern Munich and Liverpool probably be the 2 that have been so prolific over the last. Oh no, I'd say Real Madrid. Real Madrid won 3 in a row, right? So it'd be probably Real Madrid and Bayern Munich or Liverpool. Let's just say Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. They're always going to be.
But they top their leagues and win their leagues.
But they top their
anyway,
leagues.
Innit? Yeah.
They're in it anyway, so that's not even changing anything. They're saying that so how will 4 additional spots be allocated? So this is the 4 additional spots. So is that on top of the teams that are already going to be in it, or what?
Yeah, so there's 32 teams now.
Yeah.
They will move that to 36.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a table. So it won't be like a group stage anymore. Yeah. And then each team, and that's the thing, boys. I don't know how is there going to be a draw? Like who plays who? Because apparently you play 10 matches.
Yeah, you can only play 10 matches, so you're not even playing everybody.
Exactly.
10 who? Who 10 matches?
This is the issue. So I don't know if it's going to be based on seeding. Do you play teams that are on your level, or because of your seeding, do you play teams that are not on your level? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's got to be one of them.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know how they're going to do it, man. Anyway, as Matisse said, we're all tired.
Yeah.
Can't give a flipping 2 cents about this at the moment. When the time comes, I'm sure there'll be many protests and whatnot, and we'll sort it out.
Yeah, just to move on before we move on. Yeah, we'll move on to the next topic soon. What's coefficient mean? That's basically UEFA's. They're adding up points from your performance in their competition.
So historical performance.
Yeah, so historical performance over the last 5 years, right? So the last 5 years, your performance in the Europa League, I believe, and the Champions League, they're going to take points for wherever you finish. So if you get to the final, you get more points. If you get knocked out in the first round, points. So the more points you get is the further you got, and then they'll add that up over 5 years, and then that's your coefficient ranking. And then it's long. Listen, we're going to move on from UEFA because that has been literally the talking point forever. And we're going to move on to another Super League because that's exactly what we all want, isn't it? Yeah, I know you guys forgot.
We just want super chats, bro. We just want super chats. Come on, guys.
The British Super League. is, I don't know how far along it is or what the hell is going on. Maybe you guys know because I haven't been on Twitter. But Celtic and Rangers, this has been under discussion for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Yes, Celtic and Rangers potentially joining the Premier League. Listen, I don't know, for me, I haven't really established how I feel about it yet because, to be honest, I've just woken up and I haven't got time for this shit anymore. Do you know what I mean? This is becoming a joke. You know what I mean? Every 5 minutes, I have to come and talk about a whole new restructuring of football. Why can't we just leave it for this season? Do it in the summer. There's going to be nothing to talk about in the summer outside of transfer news and Euros. Why not just leave this shit until then? And I can reapportion my brain to that kind of stuff then. I'm trying to focus on the games, but listen, the way I see it is that if you're going to do a British Super League, you can't just take Celtic and Rangers out and leave Scottish football to die, in my opinion. Now.
You see, I thought that, and then I saw some Scottish fans actually say, "No, you know what? This could work out well." And I'm like, "What? How?" And I've seen that their idea is, okay, so if Rangers and Celtic leave Scottish football and they join the Premier League, then that gives opportunity for some Scottish teams to make the Champions League, which they've never done, and compete amongst themselves and finally have a chance of winning the Scottish League. And I looked at that and went, so are you guys actually happy with this? You guys want this?
And Younes, the other thing that just popped in my mind is that, and I don't know how the citizens of UK would feel about this, if we were to, because I don't really mind Rangers and Celtic moving into the Premier League. I think that'd be interesting. For me, it's not as drastic as what Perez and the Super League they're talking about. That's pretty crazy. I think Celtic and Rangers would be very interesting in the Premier League. They'd give some of the teams a really good go, even though I still think they get thrashed. But the other Scottish team, as what Matisse was saying, what's going to happen to them, and what you're saying, Younes, that it gives them opportunity. Why not put those other teams in the Championship? Why not allow them to have a Super League there? Just Super League it up everywhere.
So basically, just incorporate Scottish football into English football.
Well,
British Super League, British Super League, baby.
Technically, if it's British, the Welsh need to be involved here, and so do Northern
Ireland.
The Welsh
already are.
The Welsh already involved.
Oh yeah,
Cardiff. Yeah, so Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland would need to be involved if it's going to be British, all right?
Bro, do they have a league, bro?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there.
We got to get Linfield and Derry involved.
Yeah. Sorry, Wales already involved. So because Wales are already involved, I'm not so it's not so drastic in my head that I'm cool, that can never happen.
Yeah.
It's all one island. It's all under one roof. The only thing is that that's a lot of money that is now going to be shared. So politically, I don't know how that works. I don't want to get into that too much right now, but. Scotland have always been talking about being independent, and then sometimes
this is where it gets political.
This is where it gets sticky.
It gets political.
It's very easy to say, right, everybody, Aberdeen and Hearts and Hibs. And by the way, I love the Scottish League. I used to play it on Football Manager all the time. And Celtic and Rangers are very historic clubs. If you go and look at the way that Celtic used to perform in the Champions League, those home nights at Celtic Park against AC Milan and Barcelona was unbelievable.
And Matisse, Scotland hates England, right? There's a massive rivalry, yeah?
There are Scottish people that there are, but there are Scottish people that don't.
Sometimes you get along, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you won't get it, but I mean, if you're SNP, for example, then you want independence. I'm guessing, but if you're not, then for example, this is where it gets political. I already saw yesterday that Boris Johnson apparently would be totally in favour of this, and I'm oh well, I'm not surprised because it does undermine Scottish independence, and there is more talk. There is more talk of Scottish independence happening now, so I'm sure Boris himself will probably drive this and get them involved, because if they involved, then flipping out, Scottish independence could be dead. When you think about it realistically, because you can't make this move and then go independent and then all of a sudden kick them out again. I mean,
because it's once people see that money, once Scotland see that money,
exactly,
they're not going to want to give it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like being lactose intolerant. You don't know what you're missing until you actually have it. Same with anything. So big up to all my lactose intolerant people in the chat. But
shout out to the main people.
No, I'm pretty sure Northern Ireland have teams. Do they not? Are you guys?
No, they have teams.
Yeah,
just
so someone
not
just
really
said they have no teams. That's not true. They have
They have teams.
have to have some.
Didn't we play a Northern Ireland team in Frank Lampard's first season in the pre-season? Who were they?
Yeah, we went
to Ireland. We went to Ireland.
Someone said Northern Ireland wouldn't count as British, as Britain, only Wales and Scotland and England. I know that might be true in terms of football, but I'm just saying Northern Ireland are part of Britain, so you know.
Northern Ireland are UK.
Yeah,
they are like they were UK. So I'm there's a reason for them to be involved.
Yeah, but yeah. So just to exactly. This team. Oh, but this
team. Bohemians. That's it. Yeah. We played them, right? We played these brothers. Bohemians.
Bro, I live in Ireland. I don't know half the damn teams we were playing, bro. But yeah. when it comes to this, it's more than just football. It's very political, and that would have to be we call it the United Kingdom. It's not so united at times. You know, it's very
far from united at the moment.
Yeah. So listen, it's one of those things that, you know, Scotland would have to be, and the UK and England would have to be singing from the same tune way more than they do before you commit to that sort of, you know, that is a big part. That's like marriage. You know what I'm saying? That's like going into marriage when you don't really like each other. You know, it doesn't really make any sense. So yeah.
By the way, Matisse, we're still under the Queen. You want to take some Australian teams and put into the Premier? Why not? Sydney FC. Put Sydney FC in there, bro. I'll represent.
Listen, if you're, I don't know, because for me,
a super Commonwealth.
If you're gonna do this, I would. If you're gonna do this, I feel like part of me would. I mean, obviously, I can't speak for the Scottish fans because the Scottish fans probably completely disagree with me right now. But I would probably rather see everybody just then be involved in the whole 4 divisions, right? So Aberdeen, Hearts, Hibs, St Johnstone, everybody just comes in. And you put them in the football pyramid where they lie, or you have some sort of competition where they play for spots in the 4 divisions in their own league. Wherever you finish will be allocated to the 4 divisions. So
promotion.
If you finish in the top 3, you get to come into the Premier League. If you finish next 3, it's Championship or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think there's 12 teams, so there's 4. You know, so then you split it up 3 teams each, top 4 divisions. And then split it up like that in their league campaign. That's how they're rewarded positions in the league. And then you go from there. And then obviously the 2nd division in Scotland, the 3rd, and then, you know, it just keeps trickling down. So that's how I would probably want to see it at this point in time. Don't take my words as gospel. I'm really not thinking straight at the moment. But that's just me spitballing here. Do you know what I'm saying? Just
what about because I saw this suggestion and it did make me think. Because a league format and all of that is cool, and I get it. But I mean, can you imagine an away day in Aberdeen? Flipping hell, man!
It's long
to travel from here to Aberdeen. Fucking hell.
Bro, I went from London to Edinburgh. That was a 6.5 bus ride, bro, and it was cold. Newcastle, I landed there at 6:30 a.m.
So you know that Newcastle is bad enough. Yeah, going up north is bad enough. Imagine going across the border into Scotland like that, mate, and then coming back. It'd be mad. It'd be mad.
Like, you know what, Younes, but it was a mad bus ride, but it was an awesome bus. The coach was great.
It reminded me of In-Betweeners where they was singing about Burnley in the middle of Greece or some shit. But I can't remember the chant. But if they're gonna do that, because I 100% where you're coming from, that is ridiculous. No one should have to make that road trip. If they're going to do that, they need to start organizing fan flights, like fan-tailored flights.
Can you imagine?
Ryanair, bro, Ryanair. That's what I took when I came back, Ryanair.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy, but they need to start organizing fan flights at a fair price that can fly you to the game and fly you back. That needs to be a thing. If they're going to do that, not just buses. Buses is not gonna. That's not gonna run.
This is the thing. If we're talking about Chelsea. And the bus that picks you up at Stamford Bridge, if you go on an away day, you pay £10 to get onto that bus, and if there's space, and you travel. Imagine if that turns into a trip to the airport, you get onto a plane. I mean, how much is that going to cost?
Bro,
there needs to be some big subsidizing.
Cheap,
there needs to be some subsidizing.
Yeah,
Ryanair was expensive.
Make it affordable.
I remember one way Ryanair was about £120.
Yeah.
What Here's a suggestion, and I saw this earlier on. Yeah,
that's a cool room for his yacht.
Instead of a league, someone said, Get rid of the Carabao Cup. Scrap it. No more Carabao Cup.
But what's
And
Spurs going to do, bro? That's the only thing they win.
Well, tough. Get rid of the Carabao
Spurs
Cup.
don't win that.
They win nothing.
That's Man City's trophy.
Get rid of the Carabao Cup and create a British Cup where English teams, Scottish teams are all involved. Yeah, Welsh teams just all involved, and the same calendar that we face in terms of playing a Carabao Cup just becomes a British Cup, and Scottish teams are involved. I heard that and thought,
I like
that's actually a good idea.
like
you know? I love that. I love that.
But
That's
then,
great.
Younes, we can't call it a tin pot cup anymore. You know how Carabao Cup's called like a tin pot cup, right?
Oh yeah.
You'd have to make it a bit better.
Respect on his name. It's a good idea, Younes. I don't know if you should have blurted it out publicly, but cool. Someone might stay.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
like
the
that.
suggestion. I saw the suggestion on Twitter, and I was like,
Oh,
you know
okay.
what? That's nice.
Super British Cup. We must have the word super,
All right, you know
because
what?
everything's
Let's
super.
just ban super. Let's just ban super. Let's just ban that one. Someone said, is there trains to Scotland? Yeah, there is, but I think it's like 6 hours on the train minimum.
Hella expensive, bro.
It's long and expensive.
Expensive.
It's expensive, and when you've got 12:30 kickoffs, ain't nobody doing that. I'm afraid. No one's doing that.
No way. You're leaving home at like midnight.
Bro, no. No. So I'm serious. Like the flight will be, 2 hours tops or something.
Yeah, it was a 2-hour flight.
They have to make affordable flights up there for fans if they're doing that. Like they have to. They're gonna make more money. They just spoke about it. There's gonna be, Celtic and Rangers have huge fan bases. And they will have way more money. So, a lot of people will say they'll just get relegated straight away. If they get the money quick enough, they'll be able to compete, and that would be sick. Celtic and Rangers would be dope. You've seen
I reckon you boys would go, but That'd be a mad away trip.
Up there. Away days, Chelsea at Rangers.
Away there at Rangers would be mad.
That'd be mad.
Because Chelsea and Rangers have an alliance, so it would it'd be mad. It'd be mad.
I'm way more like on board with this than I was. Like the super thing does piss me off. They gotta get rid of the super everything. Like stop super. Super is giving me PTSD.
PTSD.
Everything else is fine. Do you know what I'm saying? Just find another word. The grand. The grand.
The royal.
The royal.
That is British. That is British.
The Brexit Cup. I don't know why, but the word Brexit Cup just doesn't sound appealing whatsoever. There needs to be a sponsor on that.
I could imagine you two doing live YouTube straight from Rangers or at Celtic ground. It'd be madness.
The Grand Cup. We're here in an away day playing the Grand Cup.
I can see Younes at the Royal Mile. All the people that don't know, the Royal Mile is a magnificent little thing in Edinburgh. It's like a mile that leads up to the palace. Younes, you've been to the Royal Mile, yeah?
Yeah.
Edinburgh, yeah, I love that. There's all these boutique cafes, and just see Younes and Matisse doing their live shows from there. Oh, madness. Matisse with his mic, just talking to everyone.
Omar says the bombastic British Cup. You've definitely come from Dammy's channel saying bombastic.
That's a different BBC, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh god. Speaking of BBC, what the hell is Nico doing, man? Nico running for mayor.
Nico is fantastic.
Christ. Nico,
from one BBC.
You know what? Yeah, Nico is just trying to secure. Nico's just trying to secure 5% so he can get his 10k back. That's what Nico's just like, yo, I need that 5% so I can get my £10,000 back. But this brother, I'm so glad he's not actually gonna win because bloody
he won't win.
Brother turned up in sunglasses and told the prime. My first instruction would be telling Boris Johnson. Shush. It's not like Trump, where Trump took it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
Not taking it seriously at all.
It's a
but
very
he's blagging it.
Yeah, it's a very good clout machine that he's run there. He's put himself in another section in the British eye. So yeah, it's madness. But there's other. Just before we move on to the final 20 minutes, talking about the upcoming game, try to split it out.
Yes, that's a game. That's a game.
Just before we get to that, they also said they was looking at a reduction of teams to 18, and it's also on the table the option of a top 4 playoff, similar to rugby league and rugby union. So I guess the top 4 teams would play off for the league at the end of the season or something.
Which is
not
really
a fan of that. Because then if a team runs away with it, then what's the point? You're just throwing them back into the mix again with the team that was. We just saw Manchester United finish second, which is probably what's going to happen. Play like dog shit all season, and then you're trying to tell me that they could potentially win the league over Man City. Not really feeling that. And the 18 teams, I don't really know if I like that either. But
it's only done to just make way for them, isn't it? Because we need 2 spaces to allow them in.
I guess so. Well, I personally think if we're being fair, it should be 3 spaces and 3. I don't know. Like if you're if they're just talking about just letting those 2 in, I think you should let everybody in from Scotland and divide it up equally. Personally, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how you do the logistics of all of that. Like who gets relegated, who comes from the Championship, who comes from the Scottish League.
It'd be so funny, if they make it into this British Super League and then they both go down. That would be fantastic.
But Younes, where do they go down to though? Where do they go down?
They go down to the Championship. No, they go down to the Championship. They go to the Championship. So they left their Premier League to go to the Championship.
Oh my days! Such a shock.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have a game. I know it's crazy, but it's actually kind of important. We play West Ham on Saturday.
All this has taken the sting out of games, hasn't it?
Yeah. But you know what? That's why I'm trying to get it back into the timeline. I'm not talking about this anymore. I just did like not a preview, but just like a normal, my initial thoughts about the game. Because everyone's talking about Super League, Super this, Perez, this,
super
that.
duper.
And I'm like, I'm sick.
Super duper this, super duper that. Super duper. We'll brush it. We now for the final 20 minutes, we'll definitely talk about West Ham. Listen, the West Ham game is absolutely massive, right? Because now we're in a position where we've got Brighton draw, West Brom defeat. So we took 4 points out of the last 3 games, which was meant to be 9 points, what I had jotted down in my expectations. We didn't get that. Palace, we beat them, great. But, we picked up 4 points out of 9. We absolutely have to win this game. We're level on points with West Ham, same games played. It's literally, it's all you can eat buffet, Use the plug. That's what it is. It is literally all you can eat now. This is like, there is no room for error. And I mean that now because our fixtures are not easy going into these last. Everybody knows that, by the way.
Yeah.
West Ham, then Fulham, then Man City, then,
Leicester.
Arsenal. Bro, it's a straight fight. It's a straight shootout. And we are not in any way, shape, clear or anything. We haven't built, any sort of momentum. We are just going into a dogfight now, straight up. And it's very 50-50 whether we qualify or not now. So I guess what I'm asking is how confident are you? And who the hell is available? Let me look at that for West Ham, not for us.
We've all lost complete knowledge of what's going on at Chelsea.
Bro, I don't even know. Bro, because the last one, we didn't even get team move. It was all about Super League. I don't know who's fit. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's been.
By the way, guys, what do you think about that lineup? That was a bit too much of a funky lineup for me.
That was drastic. Yeah. It was drastic. But again, the circumstances and what went down, you could all see the players were completely baffled. By
Younes, Mount in 6.
I don't know. I don't know what Tuchel's doing. If I'm honest, I don't know.
I think he kind of got a bit.
Maybe he got
overwhelmed.
I didn't like that because when you put Mount in I said this so many times. Mount in the 6. If you move him back, you take the intensity out of the 10s. The reason why Mount has been so good in the 10 is because 1, he can shoot and he actually scores goals. 2, he's an energy ball off the ball and on the ball. So when he gets the ball, he doesn't move it at a slow tempo. He moves at a quick speed, and that is contagious. It makes everybody around him move fast as well. He picks up the ball in half spaces. He shows for the ball, and that allows Jorginho to distribute the ball quicker and fizz it into him because he's always an option. Ziyech was just, they're moving at their own pace. They're moving at their own tempo. And I'm fine with that. Like I said, it's cool. But to have everybody moving to have Kai and Ziyech moving at their own tempo, I'm sorry, it's not going to work. You need somebody who's a little bit more in your face. Do you know what I'm saying? You need different tempos in a team. That's why it's good to have a Kante and to have a Jorginho, to have a Ziyech, to have a Mason Mount. It's different tempos. But if you just have everybody on a slow tempo, you don't get through. You don't get anywhere. So unless they're exceptionally talented in terms of their technical ability, and I'm afraid that is not the case here. Ziyech is a very good player, but he's not Ozil in his prime at Real Madrid, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
As much as everybody wants to build that up. So Mason Mount, for me, starting that deep was just a heck no from me.
There was no chemistry between Mace and Jorginho. With Kovacic and Jorginho, there's amazing chemistry. Even with Kante and Jorginho, there was some sort of form of chemistry was building up with the Porto game, with the one after Porto. Who did we play after Porto? Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. There was good chemistry happening there. Man City. Kante Jorginho was fantastic as well. Yeah, I just didn't like how. Play Billy Gilmore, man. If you're really gonna play Billy, put Mace up front.
Why do you guys think he's so afraid to use Billy? Because I'm quite surprised. Like, Billy seems to me like I'm not complaining, right? Because I know that I have a lot of faith in this man. He's done not much wrong up until this point, barely any wrong. I know that the Foden treatment worked, and it works. So there is a need for patience with fans. When it comes to young players and letting the manager really coach them and teach them and build their game, because we've seen with Foden and Pep how it can work. But he was very I'm surprised he hasn't used him even sparingly. Like, to use Billy Gilmore, just on the off chance, in a game like that, what's the risk? He's a very, very. Unless I'm just thinking that he hasn't seen much of him game time wise because he wasn't Frank Lampard and he wasn't here, and he just doesn't trust him, or he doesn't know just how good he can be in a live game. I'm not saying that he should be starting. We know he's fourth choice in the pecking order, but to be fifth below Mason Mount, you're taking, you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're taking Mason Mount out of a position that he's been threatening in and putting him in a position that is kind of hampering the team overall. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? It's shooting you're shooting yourself. So
do you reckon he's protecting the lad? Do you reckon he's protecting just in case?
He's weak, or I don't know. He's looking at his physical stature and he said, I don't know about that. But he's definitely someone that would thrive in a Tuchel system. He's very press resistant. He's very intelligent on the ball. He knows his surroundings. So, he's very incisive with his passing. He likes to be direct. So I personally don't understand it. And I'm not worried, but I am a little bit disappointed now that in a game like that where, okay, you haven't used Kante, Cove is out. You're still not using Gilmore. Really? You're moving Mount back. That's a bit disappointing for me.
Yeah, but I think we'd all probably go with that. I think for him in that position, when he's looking, I'm just guessing here. This is guesswork. I'm just guessing if, with how late in the season it is and how important these games are now, maybe that inexperience is something that's in his head. Maybe that risk factor of this could be too much for him. This could be too much for him to handle. Where it's intense, we need the wins. We've got a Champions League semi-final. We've got an FA Cup final. It's the end of the season. It's hectic, and we need points. And it's just maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. I don't know though.
Yeah. I just feel like you're right. Maybe Younes, in the sense that if he does stuff up, the fans the fans may get on him, and then the media is going to start writing articles on him, and maybe he's just protecting this young soul. Do you know what I mean? Your time will come and you'll know how to handle all of that.
Next season onwards,
Yeah, but you guys are right. Really, Mount to be in the double six, just play him in the tens and then put Billy in there. I'm sure Jorginho would look after Billy. Do you know what I mean? And
Kante was on the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, Kante was on the bench,
But doesn't make sense.
It's weird. And then on top of that as well, West Ham have got injury issues. So Lingard pulled up in the last game. Craig Dawson got sent off. And Declan Rice is obviously injured as well. So, and I think there's probably a few other issues I'm forgetting, but those are the big ones that stand out in my brain.
Is Antonio back?
I'm not sure. Can't find any information because they haven't had their press conference yet. There's no update. So there's not really any way of...
And those brothers have been leaking goals, man, lately. So...
it's a must win.
We should beat them. We should beat them.
Must win. Like,
if we don't win when we're in trouble, we've got to look to the Champions League at that point.
And you know what? I'm confident we're gonna win Champions League.
But if we don't start to pull a gap or try and do something here, the Champions League actually might be more realistic. If I'm being honest, because Real Madrid now I just think UEFA are gonna do a madness to them. Do you know what I mean? And decking the mic, and decking the earpiece to the referee, and just be like, "Yo, absolutely slam these bastards out my competition."
Saturday night takeaway, yeah.
Have the red cards out.
If Real Madrid win this Champions League after everything Perez has been saying publicly,
Mate.
I am going to. It's gonna be the maddest shit that's ever happened in UEFA competition for me.
It's a disgrace.
Can you imagine?
You know, everyone's going to be following Chelsea against Real Madrid.
Bro,
Everyone will be
mate,
backing Chelsea.
we are. We're playing for world football.
Supporting us don't mean anything. We still have to get the business done. Can you imagine Perez's face if Real Madrid win this thing? Oh my God!
I can't take that.
Me neither, man.
And the truth is, they have to get past us, and we should really especially after what he said about the Chelsea fans yesterday. Like, we should take that shit personally. Like, that's we're not having it. We're not having it.
Obviously, UEFA. A lot of people are saying in the chat, UEFA want PSG to win. Of course they do.
Yeah.
But,
if it gets to the final, we're in trouble.
Yeah, of course. But I don't like because UEFA are not stupid, right? They know who was the mastermind of this, right?
Yeah.
So of course we're in trouble with UEFA and they're not happy with us. But we joined on Friday. We pulled out early. Yeah, we're pricks and we should not have done it. But it's it's not. There's different levels of criminal activity here. Do you know what I'm saying? There's brothers that have been.
We got blackmailed. UEFA.
We're criminals. But there's criminals that have been plotting this since 2009. Do you know what I'm saying? So UEFA have to pick and choose who they hate the most at this point. And I'm not going to lie, they cannot win this competition and we cannot let them get through. So
we cannot let them get through.
There could be some refereeing going on here. I'm not going to lie. UEFA is corrupt. So I would not.
But match fixer, bro. Honestly, match fixer and let us win. Just do it. Get it done.
I still want to see us play them. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, how would you feel if they just kicked them out of the competition?" I feel like it would take the shine off it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm not complaining, but I want to punch them in the face. You know what I mean? It's like having a boxing match that you're going to win, and then the guy
pulls out. As soon as the bell goes, he climbs out of the ring. Do you remember when that happened? Climbs out the ring and walks out, and then they disqualify, and it's like you've won. And it's like, and then they put your hand up in the air, and you're just like, okay.
Well.
But I wanted to break his nose.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to break his nose. So,
and there was already levels to this. In terms of Courtois and all of that. And now it's Perez, bruv. It's the big fish. Like, we are coming to wreck your club, mate. Do you know what I mean? You dragged us into this mess and you made us look dumb.
Yeah.
We pulled out and tried to put your trousers down. We're going to punch you in the face. We are going to knock you out.
We are going to punch you in the face. That's it.
Bro, his face is so punchable. But anyway, I'm so glad to see that this West Ham game is important now. Like, if we don't, we might actually play in the Europa League, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's fantastic. We might be punished for our results. Fantastic. That's how it should be. If we don't play well and we don't qualify for this competition, we don't deserve to play in it. I don't want to play in this competition if we don't deserve it. And obviously that goes back to the coefficient and everything, like that needs to be fixed. But guys, when it comes to the team, I guess what changes do you want to see? Because bloody hell, I mean, we've seen a lot of Kepa started against. What was that all about?
It was a very funky. And I was just going to say to you boys, none of this rotation stuff against West Ham anymore. I want strongest team for both West Ham and Real Madrid. I don't care all of this Kepa and all of this. Kepa's been good. Is there any Chelsea version of Breva?
Yeah, look, there's a thing. Yeah, we should. This would be poetic if we contacted Ovreba and we went, look, you want to redeem yourself? You have an opportunity. If you want to redeem yourself, you do as we say. You do as we say now. Yeah?
Contact the same brothers to be like, yo, listen, bro. We didn't get on in 2009. You got an opportunity to make up. Yeah.
Maybe get Drogba back in as well. Get Drogba back in.
I ain't even going to throw cash under the table. All that's going to happen is that we're going to keep you safe at Stamford Bridge if you do this. Right? You saw
as soon as any Real Madrid players breathe, red card.
We saw what happened in the protest. Don't allow that shit. Don't think that we won't send them on you again. What we need you to do is every single time Toni Kroos completes a pass, book him.
That's a successful pass. Yellow card.
You see Werner dive. No one's touched him. He dives. Yeah, penalty. You sent off. Get out.
Casemiro's like,
Zidane starts talking. No, mate, sent off Zidane. Get out.
What I need you to do is I need you to look at Courtois' boots and I need you to change the studs. And then when he comes out with the wrong studs, I need you to disqualify him backside.
Send him off. Send Courtois off.
Disqualify.
VAR, we're not going with straight lines anymore. We're going with ziggity zag lines. Whatever suits us. If the ball is onside, it's not.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. Oh my days. Oh, but yeah, I mean, honestly,
can you imagine him just drawing the line just like that?
Benzema's like miles onside, but he does the ziggity zigs.
The brother is behind the halfway line.
He does the ziggy. He goes like this, and then
he just moves the halfway line. He just does that and just moves it in.
That's a clear offside there.
Oh man.
Yeah, boys. Honestly, no mucking around against West Ham. Like proper team, like strongest team. Kante, Jorginho. If Kovacic is not fit, Mendy back. You know, if Thiago Silva's not fit, Christensen in the middle, Azpilicueta, Rudiger. Up front, the best three that's been playing: Mount, Kai Havertz, and Pulisic. I'd go with them. That's it. And lock it up. Let's go for it.
Yeah, it's one of those games. We don't have the greatest record at West Ham. Last season was an absolute disgrace.
It's away.
Oh, bro. Last season against West Ham was one of the most poisoning performances to my soul I've ever seen. Like the defending on show was just absolutely
Kante loan DM. Do you remember Kante loan DM? I think that's the game we all realized. Loan DM and attacking.
Do you remember?
No.
Do you remember Rudiger that game? Oh my god. Bro.
Oh yeah.
Lord have mercy. Kepa, the whole
lot, man.
Absolutely stinky skunk performance, bro. And we can't afford
Willian played all right though.
Fuck Willian. I've seen brothers on the TL saying they miss him. Are you mad? Miss him? What do you miss? Him turning up in a fur coat and hitting the first man. Don't piss me off. Him wearing the number 10 shirt. Ruining Hazard's legacy. Don't piss me off.
I've got to say, though, the post-lockdown, Willian, Giroud, and Pulisic and Mount, they had something going on. Willian did all right.
I'm more scared. The Super Cup is the first time I've been as scared as when William was potentially getting a new contract. Can't lie to you.
Yeah, Matisse, you were rattled.
Yeah, you were.
Bro, I was so...
You were against it.
I was so rattled. Like, I can't even explain to you how rattled I was about him potentially getting a new contract. I was absolutely ready to tear down. I was ready to protest. You want to protest? We'll protest. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to protest.
Imagine if the Chelsea fans had that much power, like if a particular player signed and they protested, and Roman would be like, cancel his contract now. Cancel.
No, you know what's mad? At Chelsea, I think there is a level of power compared to other clubs, maybe not. But Chelsea fans do have...
No, we do. We own the pitch.
We do. Because, Chelsea pitch owners. We own the pitch. We own the ground that the stadium is on.
Yeah.
And we own the turnstiles at the bridge. So we can tell fans and people to not come into the stadium.
Club, we own the name.
Yeah.
And we own the name. We own Chelsea FC, the name.
Yeah, so
we have some sort of power.
+1 rule, but it will do.
It'll do.
Do you know what I love? Yeah, is that it's not the 51+ rule, but we ain't Tottenham fans. We ain't turning up with guitars trying to do Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber. Can we get famous from this? We're not doing buying up kits and standing there with the bag in our hands with the bag. Our fans are serious with the protests. You know
I can't believe them fans. Fans went to the club shop.
Well, we were the ones who instigated the whole move, right? We were the first team to go out there, protest, get Chelsea to revoke, and then Man City quickly followed. I can't believe teams like Arsenal and Spurs just waited. Like, we'll just wait till see what Chelsea and all the big boys do first. We're just tiny
Arsenal
little
got
people.
A protest on Friday at 6 p.m.
But I don't think anyone takes their protest seriously.
Arsenal,
do they take it seriously?
Arsenal, it'll be big. I think it'll be big. Arsenal's protest.
The Kroenke out one? The Kroenke out?
Yeah, Kroenke out.
Tottenham,
Tottenham are a joke. Oh, man. I mean, how can you show up to a protest after just coming out the club shop? Do you know what I mean? And then there's a
like all the
geezer.
merchandise.
Like, yeah, legit, there was this guy who bought plates, I think, from the club shop, and he bought some other things in this Tottenham club shop bag, and he's like, and it out.
The two protests that I'm taking semi-seriously, but I'll believe it when I see it. Chelsea, I always know. Because Chelsea have got that cult. Yeah.
We do. There is that.
You don't want to mess around. You don't want to mess around.
They got them old bald brothers, that are on their TV, like, just on their couch, just sitting there. I'm not having this.
Oh yeah, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Like, I'm off to the bridge. I'm off to the
bridge. Gets up and he's out. You know what I'm saying? Like they're out and about, bro. They're not
quick, love. I'm surprised. Get me the bet.
Didn't bring samurai.
Give me the bet.
Get me the bet. Give me the bet.
I'm surprised somebody didn't bring samurai swords. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure on the way they probably beat up a few people as well. Like they pissed them off, so they beat them up too. Bro, I'll be. There's some nasty people in London,
sorry,
man.
I was just practicing. Sorry. You have to take the hit. Do you know what? I'm going to be very interested to see Arsenal against Kroenke, right, on Friday. Yeah. But the one that's like Arsenal. I can't lie to you. Can't take you seriously until I see it, right? Man United, the Glazers, the way they're moving on
3 o'clock on Saturday. 3 o'clock on Saturday.
The Glazers,
they'll be alright. They'll be alright, bro.
That'll be big. Bro, that'll be big. That'll be big.
The way that they're moving on social media. If they're actually that serious as they are on socials, then Saturday is gonna be nuts.
It's gonna be mad.
I don't really have too much faith in the Arsenal fans. I can't lie to you. Sorry if you're an Arsenal fan, but I've seen you man complain about your
prove us wrong, innit?
Yeah, you man have been complaining since day dot, and you ain't done shit. But the protest for the Glazers, I'm not gonna lie, that could be smoke. You know what I'm saying? That could be smokes.
Well, Edward's gone, right?
He's resigned.
Sorry, Ed Woodward's gone, right?
Yeah, and that's giving them the extra.
So I think it's going to fall. It will fall. So,
you think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's moving mad.
Yeah, what did you guys make of everyone's saying talk about West Ham? But just remember, I have a preview tomorrow, so I have to split out the content. Okay. What do you guys think, Henry?
Yes, Miley Cyrus.
This is like, you guys know.
It's Miley Cyrus.
You guys know this show's not about West Ham preview, but of course we touched upon it. But I have to get your thoughts on everything because I haven't spoken to you guys in ages. What did you guys make of that Henry interview? That was weird.
Oh, that speech. The speech from Henry.
Yeah, that video.
Someone wrote up a nice speech for the brother, man. I don't think he knows who Liverpool is. I really don't think he knows.
It was nice PR. It was nice PR.
Someone wrote that stuff up for him. I don't think he knows.
It's so weird. I was like, why are you referring them to as LFC? Like, it's so
typical.
Weird, man.
Typical. It's a typical. And obviously nothing against Americans and whatnot, but it is a typical Americanization of it. It wasn't genuine. I don't think it was definitely not genuine. I on the outside, at face value, I appreciate it to an extent because other clubs haven't done that. You know, he came on camera and he decided to talk. So fair enough. But I'm not buying it. And I don't think Liverpool fans should buy it either. He's apologized for being caught, not apologized for the actual mess it caused.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's sorry that he got caught, not sorry for the whole thing. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that.
Younes, do you think he knew what he was saying? I genuinely feel someone wrote that for him and he's like, I gotta read it. Fine, I'll read it. Like
it looked like, and this is the old school tactic because you have teleprompters where you're reading and you can see your eyes move, and then there's another tactic where you have lines over here, lines over there, lines over there, lines over there, and as you're talking, you pan away from the camera and you pretend that you're just in thought and you're reading, and then you look back again, and it's kind of like a better tactic to make people think you're not actually reading something. That could have actually been what he was doing because when I look back at that, it just felt too not robotic, but just not. Yeah. There was no realness behind it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Like I'm sure,
but we didn't expect
to Grizz.
Yeah,
like you go on, bro.
No, go for it. I'm just saying we didn't expect him to be real, did we?
No.
Yeah, and I want to see when you catch up on your big six. Just ask Grizz like what he think of it because he's a level-headed guy. Like he generally, looks deep into all of this. I don't know how he would have felt. There were a few fans that were quite happy with it. I saw James Redmond was fairly okay with it, but then again, I'm not trying to like sort of demean him or anything like that. He's young, so I don't know how much he would take it like, from that perspective. But I would love to hear what Grizz would have thought, because I know he's an old timer and he would have, seen Liverpool for ages and ages and ages. So,
someone said that because he was wearing glasses, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to look back at that.
Yeah. There's like words.
That's a very good point.
There's like words on it.
I need to look back at that.
Funny. Of course, he was reading though. He's never going to be able to make that speech without reading something. Like, the only way people can make speeches like that without reading something is if they actually mean it and they speak from the heart.
Yeah.
And it's like, that was never going to come from him. He had to read out a speech that was prepared because he needed to get a message across that he felt ticked boxes. If he meant it, he wouldn't be reading the speech and he would just speak from his heart. Whether he has one is another question.
Another thing he said was, he said your club, didn't he? Not our club.
Yeah.
That was that was an indicator that it's written.
There's someone on YouTube that does. He's a channel that does like body language and all that kind of stuff. Like, he specializes in that. I'd love for him to
read up on that,
to analyze it.
To analyze, to analyze that interview and go back over it. He did it for like Meghan's interview with Oprah and all this. Like, I would love him for it to go back and look at that interview and actually analyze it, because I think there's actually probably a lot of bullshit in there if you actually was to look at it from a body language standpoint. They should have
let LeBron do a speech. LeBron's like, what, 2% owner of Liverpool? Imagine LeBron really, really sorry. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I had no idea, but I'm sorry.
Guys, what am I saying here?
Our fan blocked Carrington today, and Ollie and MAH came out and spoke to them. We're going again on Saturday at 3 p.m.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah,
9 a.m. Yeah, they blocked.
I do take you man seriously. All right, fair play. I think you man are serious. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be interesting.
Joel Glazer released an open letter to United fans on their website yesterday. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't see that. I saw their statement about leaving the European Super League.
No. That was Joel Glazer had an open letter. That was released yesterday. And yeah, he's going down the same route that Henry went down. Basically.
No one cares, bro.
And everyone's like, oh, appreciate it. Cheers. Glazer's out.
That's like getting caught in handcuffs, and then it's like, all right, I got a letter, guys.
Yeah,
I know I killed your son, but just want to give a letter to you and apologize and all these, why it happened. Don't care,
the
bro.
Two clubs that this Super League, let's just say argument's sake, right? It would have not benefited, but you look at the recent history, take away the Man City, it's been Man United and Chelsea that have been the most dominant over the last 20 years or so, right? And them going to the Super League and securing their money makes, massive, massive sense from that perspective. But all the other teams, right? You didn't see the protest as crazy as us, even though it made that money securing for us and whatnot. Yeah, financially sounds all great, but how big we protested, Chelsea and the Man United fan base, because I was following Mark Goldberg a lot during that period. Mark Goldberg, he was shattered. He was shattered about the whole thing. And, he even wanted Man United to get deducted points, bring them down, punish them. And it meant a lot. Like, you could see it meant heaps. I did not see the same level from Arsenal fans. Definitely not Spurs fans. Did not see that kind, because they don't know what it is to win, right? So they're like, oh, yeah, okay, fine, we'll just go to the league. We're confirmed for the money, right? But I was shocked that Arsenal fans were not taking it to that deep level, like the way we did, and Man United, even Liverpool. I don't think I saw Liverpool fans just. I don't know whether they're very prominent in social media. I'm not sure. I do know Chelsea fans and Man United fans are massive in social media, so maybe that could be a factor. So I don't know.
So are Arsenal fans meant to be massive on social media as well?
Yeah.
So
meant to be.
Yeah, they were quiet. I mean, compared to us, they were quiet.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Tottenham and Arsenal fans were naturally going to be a bit more quiet on the issue because they're lucky to be in there. Let's be real.
Yeah, it works out for them, right, Matisse? It works out for them.
100%.
They don't make the Champions League every day of the week, so do you know what I mean?
Someone's saying here, Arsenal fans took it seriously. Okay, maybe you guys did. I mean, I didn't see it as much, but you know, I'm not in your fan base, so I wouldn't really see it.
We'll see what happens if they all show up to the Emirates
on Friday. You know, because if only 5 of you turn up.
Oh man, yeah, no. At that point, can't take them seriously anymore.
Oh Lord, just make sure you do your thing, boys.
I hope they do. I wish them the best of luck. I really do. I wish them luck.
I do wish you guys the best of luck.
I wish United luck. I wish all of them luck, man.
Against the Glazers and Kroenke, because let's be real, outside the rivalry, and obviously we don't want to see your clubs do well because it's rivalry. I also don't want to see ownership run like. I just don't want to see these brothers in football anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who's going to be replacing them, which is very important as well. Make sure you replace them with someone correct. I saw Conor McGregor would like to buy Manchester United.
I heard.
But is that real? Like, I saw that tweet.
Just a funny tweet.
Surely he can't afford United. He can't
afford that.
He can't afford that. Yeah. He can't afford that. It was fine.
Unless you know, proper 12 whiskey.
He sold that company. I think. He sold that company.
He sold it.
Yeah, he sold it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sold it. That's what I heard.
Already.
Yeah. Is it today your protest or is it on Friday? You man are giving me mixed messages. So look, you don't even
know it's Friday.
You man don't even know when your own protest is.
Nah, come on, guys.
If you all turn up at
different times,
you man need to go back and regroup because the
12 people turn up today, 12 people turn out tomorrow.
The Man United fans got this on lockdown. They know theirs is on Saturday. Some of you telling me today, some of you telling me tomorrow. But anyway, so yeah, the final thing I wanted to speak about was well, actually, there was something else, but I can't remember now. So hopefully it pops back in my head. But where do you guys stand on Abramovich right now? And a lot of people blaming like Bruce Buck for all of this. And I feel like I have to apologize to my viewers. Yesterday on my show with London Clubs Carnage, I may have been a bit too defensive over Roman in terms of just he's done a lot for our club. So it's very difficult for me to talk bad on his name. I think any Chelsea fan will understand that, and any Chelsea fan, well, most Chelsea fans outside a few who have petitioned for him to leave and sell up, will get that. Like he's been a great owner for this club politically and all these other stuff outside. I don't get into that. I don't know what he's doing and you know all that stuff. But for the club, he's been huge for Chelsea. Same with Mansour at Man City. So hence why they're not going to be against their owners. The way that you guys are with the Glazers and Kroenke and FSG and all these guys. But let's be real. Roman does have to take some responsibility. Do you know what I mean? He does. Yeah. He is the owner. I don't know who signed off on it. And I know everybody's kind of using Bruce Buck as a scapegoat right now. Again, I don't know if Bruce Buck, I don't know who was, you know. Same goes
for Guy Lawrence, CEO.
Yeah. Like we don't actually know who it was because there's no like list. And this is what I was trying to put forward to the guys on yesterday's show because they wanted me to go in on Roman and that was never going to happen. Like you're not going to hear me telling Roman to sell up. Absolutely no chance. Yeah. He made a mistake. The club made a mistake. The whole board made a mistake. I don't know who made the mistake because Petr Cech's also kind of technically on that board, but he didn't look like he really was in favor of it when he was down on the pitch. So, you know, but then Roman apparently reportedly prompted Chelsea to pull out, which is what someone
he did. So yeah, he gave the green light immediately to get Chelsea withdrawn.
So what I'm trying to say is that it was very clear from the other clubs who was involved because they was on the co-chairman list. Yeah. Henry was on the list. Stan Kroenke was on the list. Glazer was on the list. So it's, you know, those are the only people that I've said, yo, you people are mugs. I know Man City pulled in. I know Atletico Madrid went in. I know Chelsea went in. I know, you know, we obviously know who Juventus, that guy as well. AC Milan. But AC Milan, you know, Maldini, the director, just came out and said, I had no idea this was happening until it was announced. And he's very high up. So all I'm trying to put across is that because I don't know who signed off on it, I'm not going to do a witch hunt on any person because I don't know who did it. And I'm not going to make the assumption it was Bruce Buck just because he's American. Do you know what I'm saying? Bruce Buck has been part of this club for a very, very long time. Yeah. And he's done a lot for the club. So we don't know who it is. And, you know, innocent until proven guilty is the kind of way you're going to have to go. Of course, Chelsea as a football club are still at fault. They still signed the documents. They still signed up on Friday at last minute, but they still signed up, which is just wrong. wrong. Hence why the protest, hence why the anger from the supporters. But we don't know who it was, and I don't know. I actually don't know. Like, I could ask sources and shit, but I don't actually know. Like, no one's told me who. Usually people would tell me what's been going on. I have heard nothing. Yeah. So that, you know, maybe some people do know, like maybe the supporters trust or whatever, but I would say that's being kept very, very hush-hush.
Well, the supporters trust in their letter that they put out against this whole thing, and even afterwards, after it was said and done, say that they want some sort of repercussions, and they believe there is little or no confidence in Bruce Buck and Guy Lawrence, and they named them. So I don't know what info they have or if it was them, but the supporters trust seems adamant it's Buck and Lawrence.
Yeah,
I don't know though. I don't know.
Yeah, so what I mean by the end of all this is that in the end, you just have to put collective responsibility on everyone. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because Roman is the owner, but he also hires Mourinho for operations. Do you know what I mean? He's
not in the country.
So so it's like you have to have a collective responsibility. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know who the individual was, so we're not going to find out. Apart from that,
look, all I want to say about that is, sure, a mistake was made. I'm also doubtful whether how much Chelsea actually knew what this new the whole the Super League format. I'm not really sure whether they knew the whole project and how it was happening. Owner's beginning to sit up and take.
That's quite big. I'm just checking that now.
Close to throwing the towel in.
That brother's got me blocked. That Sky Sports report. Oh, I'm serious. I want to take him. Oh man.
Yeah, who's the one owner? I think it's Glazers. Big Glazers.
It's got either Arsenal or United. One of them.
Oh yeah,
it'd have to be Glazers. I reckon
after that protest, it won't be Tottenham. Tottenham are not serious.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be Tottenham. It wouldn't be Tottenham.
But yeah, going back to the whole Chelsea thing, boys, I'd just say that I'm not really sure entirely how much Chelsea knew. And obviously, once it was materialized and the way Perez was talking, they finally realized, like, oh my God, this, I don't know if we signed up for that. And the angle that I'm sort of taking is mistakes can happen in life. We've made mistakes as well, but it's the realization is important as well. Realizing you made a mistake and then trying to correct it is, I think, probably a greater gesture than the mistake itself. So from that perspective, I love the fact that fans went there. Yeah, it's been stressful. Yeah, it's been heartbreaking for a lot of us, but at least Chelsea were the first one to listen to the fans and go, you know what? We're changing it. Settle down, we're changing it. Yeah. So from that perspective, I'm ready to move on, man. I don't want to do any witch hunt. I just want to move on and worry about, West Ham and whatnot. Lots of talk about whether we should get punished or not. We weren't the ringleaders. The ringleaders were Real Madrid and Man United.
I think there does have to be some sort of punishment. I don't know what it should be. I saw Jam on Twitter kind of like doing a poll and talking about different things like deducted points. People say deducted points is going to affect the fans and the players more than the board. I agree with that. But at the same time, the whole club, you represent the club. You can't represent the club in the good times, not the bad.
Yeah, but Matisse, deducting points it's exactly what you said. How would players like Mace and Tuchel and
100%.
How would they feel? That's not fair, man.
I know, bro. I know it's not fair, but you look at Juventus with that corruption, they got relegated all the way to Serie B. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but they did match fixing though, didn't they?
Yeah, but who did the match fixing? Was it the players? I think it was. I don't know, but
I'm pretty sure some players would have been involved.
A fine. I'm sorry, a fine's not going to cut it, unless it's absolutely huge. A huge fine. It would have to be massive. Someone said transfer ban again. That's not going to cut it because we've seen these things before. It doesn't make any change. So
we'll be okay with a transfer ban.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys.
We've played FIFA career mode. We're done. We're all right.
There's a balance here of it not being fair, but also you need to make this a thing that can't happen again. You need to stamp your authority down. Yeah. That stamping your authority down, I'm afraid, is more important than any punishment because any punishment will expire and will move on. But you have to make an example out of these people, out of these teams. I'm sorry, you have to do something. Or you have to, kick them off of, PL committees and, force if these guys all sell up or they decide that they're leaving, then, then I guess that's punishment enough for them. And then we can move on. But I don't know, man. You have to, I'm not saying we should be deducting points, but I'm saying it has to be severe. The punishment has to be severe. You can't plot outside of your own league to create a new, like, you can't do that, man. I'm sorry.
I say punish the ringleaders, man. I say punish Real Madrid and Man United, who are the proper ringleaders, who are driving this from the get-go. I honestly feel like Chelsea and Man City especially they just thought, Super League sounds pretty cool. Yeah, okay, you boys are joining, we'll join. I don't think they actually knew the ins and outs. I know you can say, why sign it then? Why sign it if you didn't know?
Yeah,
but
silly, yeah.
It's what it is, boys. Do you know what I mean? Like, just punish Man United and Real Madrid. Honestly, punish them. And if Glazers are selling out, well, that's the punishment. Do you know what I mean? Like, done. So, yeah, I just don't want this to be headlines for the next month and this and that, and it's continuing on. I just don't want it, man. Like, let's just get over it.
We'll see what happens. And yeah, that was a pretty stupid comment from me. If the match fixing, that means the players have to be involved. Good looking out. Good looking out. Whoever said that. I'm just really drained. So yeah, people, we're going to wrap up now. It's been a great show. Almost 500 of you in here. Make sure you smash the like button.
Yes.
And someone asked me earlier what I've got coming out, if there's any more shows. I'm not obviously uploading again. I'll have the preview show tomorrow for West Ham with Mayo and Sam. I will have rants at 1 and potentially something else as well today, I think, as well. So, yeah, Younes, let them know what's coming out later, bro. Final thoughts.
So, well, for me, I don't know if today will be a double upload, possibly not. But if it is, then great. If not, then it's just a video later on. I'll try and make it more Chelsea orientated because I think it's we need to get back to some normality.
Yeah.
But I will keep people updated with what's going on as well. So yeah, look out for a couple of double uploads as it comes along in the next few days. And yeah, you know where to find me. Younes Talks Football. If you don't already. And yeah, on to next week. Well, on to the weekend and then Champions League. Hey, next time we all see each other properly again is
after the Real Madrid.
After the first leg. So tune in next week. It's going to be mad.
That's so true. Yeah. But anyway, this was a good show to wrap this up because obviously the British Super League news just came out. The Perez quotes came out yesterday. I'm sure this will hopefully be the end of it. You'd hope. Well, for now anyway. Miz, bro, what you got coming out? Let the people know.
Yeah, I've already uploaded one video today, short, just I think about 9 minutes, just talking about the West Ham game. Not really a preview. I just wanted to get back into talking football and not worry too much about all of this super stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, that's up today. It's just my initial thoughts about that game and how important it is and how we really should be looking to win that and how Thomas Tuchel really should be looking to win these sort of matches more because we've had 4 scoreless draws under Thomas Tuchel. And I'm pretty sure he'd be wanting to correct that. Yeah, tomorrow post the press conference will be the proper preview. And then obviously the match, the review, that's pretty much it for the time being. And yeah, that's the channel, the other side of the coin. Just go out there and subscribe.
Lovely. So yeah, guys, links in the description. Make sure you go and subscribe. You already know what to do. Thank you so much for 12,000 subscribers as well. Really appreciate it. It came at a crazy time. It came at a time where mad shit was going on. So,
mate, like you don't feel bad. I mean, Mourinho got sacked and no one cared. So
nobody cared. Nobody cared.
No one knew.
Bro, it had zero media.
Zero.
Yeah, Toby definitely cared. I mean, we saw him do his little vlog, Mourinho, outside the house, and he was like,
"That was pretty cool.
That was hilarious. That was
cool. I mean, just
they don't give me any privacy.
there is something about Mourinho when he's out of a job compared to when he's in a job.
It's true, yeah.
He becomes the best person when he's out of a job.
I'm not gonna lie. He actually might be more entertaining when he's unemployed. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But boys, just quickly. Do you want to see him as a manager again? I really don't. I really don't want to see him as a manager again.
National team, then no.
Yeah, international, I couldn't care less. But club football, please. I just hope that this guy comes back as a pundit. I think he's
so good,
so hilarious, and very knowledgeable. Very knowledgeable.
Of course, he knows about the game. It's just that I feel like his time is coming to, like, his time at the top. You know what I mean? It might be coming towards an end, maybe. Let me see. What else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Someone asked me about Big Six. So, yeah, just to finally say, yeah, Big Six will be on tomorrow. I'm not sure what time yet because obviously Arsenal are playing and Turkish is hosting it, but it will not be today, no. So, yeah, you don't need to worry about that. Just, I guess, notifications on. Just keep checking. Follow Twitter, follow Instagram, and, yeah, just follow something and you'll find out. I can't really tell you what time it's going to be out, but just keep an eye out for it. And no, someone else asked. No, I don't have any more streams here today. Rants at 1, and then I'm going to be somewhere else potentially as well. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, people, anyway, we're done now. Thanks so much for joining us. It's been
Smash the like button, guys. Smash the like buttons before you go. Smash it. Just before you say exit, hit the like button. Smash it.
Yeah. We're not coming back.
Like and exit. Yeah. Lexit.
Lexit.
Super Lexit. Like it. Super like it. Oh, God. Bye.
There you are.